We're just promoting them. Promote the Reunite.
What are we looking at?
Are you rolling?
You
rolling? Okay.
Yeah, we're there. This is a Know Nothings podcast.
You're Mike.
Huh?
You're Mike.
And I'm Mike.
And I'm Ray.
We know. They know.
We're watching a little Pantera from Ozfest 2000, getting geared up for the reunion, as it were. No Diamond Vinny. People are mad. Boobs are out on this one.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, they're great. They did. I sent you the link where it was finalized, the lineup.
Yeah.
Charlie Bonatti from Anthrax and Zach Wilde will be
playing
on
the drums, and then Zach Wilde's on the guitar.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's gonna be. Keep an eye on it, and we'll check out one of his rants.
Yeah, he'll
get into a rant.
He'll get into a rant. Just when he gets into a rant, we can turn the volume back on. We had a little technical difficulty last week on episode 10, right after our new metal segment, when you discovered that Korn
was actually new metal.
The originators of new metal.
But just like when I thought of new metal, I didn't think of Korn because they were such innovators, and I thought that like
innovators of what? New metal.
Of that sound. But not everybody came out with like 7-string guitars and were playing. When we were listening to Korn in the car with my dad, my dad thought that he was like, because we still had tapes, and I had a tape of it, and he thought that the tape was dragging because it was detuned. The guitars were detuned to like A, or C, like C and A. I guess A. I guess they were an A.
You don't. I guess you don't have to have a 7-string guitar, but certainly like the DJs and the rapping and the subject matter and the it was really kind of almost emo subject matter, like my parents hate me and I'm really kind of pissed and I'm really super sad and my life's hard and things are hard and that and no mommy, no, don't do it again, mommy, don't do it again, mommy.
They were all mad at their dads.
They were. But that's kind of anger is kind of part of what makes that stuff great.
But then I was like, then I said, well, then what? I was like, what is thrash?
Yeah, well, thrash is the first thrash metal song is from. This is my take.
Is this a rant right here?
It could be a rant. It could be a rant, or it could go into another song.
Oh no, they're just going to
go into a song.
Yeah.
My take. So thrash, the first song in thrash is from a band called Leather Charm, and then anybody out there that's a metal fan is going to know Leather Charm was headed by James Hetfield. Hit the Lights, of course, is the first song on Kill 'Em All. That is thrash metal. If you were going to say what is thrash metal, if aliens came to Earth and asked me what is thrash metal, I would play them Hit the Lights, probably the Metallica version from Kill 'Em All. But it's certainly the big four of thrash: Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. That's the big four. So they called it speed metal before they called it thrash metal, before it officially became thrash. So it's going to be super energetic, super upbeat, super in your face. Subject matter is going to be less leaning on demons and dragons.
Oh, wait.
Oh, is he about to go on a rant?
No.
He's just.
We should have pre-screened this and find out where the rant was.
Well, you'll be able to tell what.
But you said you were at this show.
I was at this show. This is Ozfest 2000. It was insane. When I say insane, it was insane. That looks like they're probably doing Walk because he's got a bunch of friends out there and all the other bands joined on stage and looks like they're doing a sing along and that's got to be Walk, right? Like
right.
I'm. Not Walk.
Is that My Demons Be Driven? No, wait.
Think so.
Where were you in the crowd?
This is Cemetery Gates.
Cemetery. Where were you in the crowd? Right.
I was on the. I was on the floor. I was on the seats on the floor. Probably about 45, 50 rows back.
Man, they were so good.
Yeah, they were really. And they're almost thrash metal, but Pantera's their own deal of groove metal. They have that distinctive groove that like Corrosion of Conformity has.
Well, I went back and I did a little homework and I listened to like a bunch of their first albums and they were like thrash metal, like 80s.
Are you talking about when they were like glammed out?
Yeah.
You talking about when it was Rex Rocker?
Yes.
And you know, he wasn't Dimebag Daryl.
Yeah.
It was Diamond Daryl.
Diamond Daryl.
And he was Diamond Daryl because he loved Diamond David Lee Roth.
Oh, I thought maybe it was like a wrestling
No,
thing.
you know what Pantera said every time they went right before they went on stage, put their hands in. They said Van Halen, and that meant just go kick ass and have fun, like let it rip, let it go. And funny enough, I think I have a Van Halen shirt. I do have a Van Halen shirt today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is when Van Halen got broke by the Mighty Sabbath.
Check out my shirt. It says free dad hugs. I got free dad hugs for all you people out there.
People, you can't hug people. You have to hug them. Hug them virtually.
Yeah.
But yeah, they you know Dime was buried with Eddie Van Halen's guitar. Eddie Van Halen gave him his original Bumblebee guitar. Didn't give it to him. He gave it to him when he died. Laid it in his casket. He was buried with a ball of Crown Royal, Eddie Van Halen's guitar, and dressed in Black Label Society clothing.
And in a Kiss casket.
In a Kiss casket, dressed in Black Label Society clothes for his best friend Zach, with Eddie Van Halen guitar. You can't get much more rock and roll funeral than that. That's pretty.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, even the way he had to go out sucked so bad.
That's like, terrible.
That guy's a psychopath. But
Yeah.
good thing they killed him too. I won't even say his name, but that idiot. But then losing Vinny was a bit of a shock because it was just like a heart attack. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like something unnatural like that. But Thrash is distinctive in its speed, intricate guitar solos, a little bit of change of pace on the subject matter, away from the Demons and Dragons, and kind of addressing more topical stuff. And then you had Anthrax, who kind of crossed over. Anthrax was the first. I guess it was Run DMC and Aerosmith to merge rock and rap, right, with Walk This Way.
But then Anthrax did it
with Public Enemy.
and it was awesome.
Bring the noise.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I actually met the bass player backstage in Camden, New Jersey years ago while watching backstage with this band El Nino.
Yeah. I've seen El Nino.
And I
think I saw El Nino at this show.
I was like in their bus.
Like the first band.
Yeah. So like it was pretty cool, but like I was standing there like watching them on stage, and I looked over and there was the bass player for Anthrax, and I was just like, "Hey man, what's up?" And he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "It's funny that you're standing right here because the other night I woke up in the middle of the night and Married with Children was on, and it was the one with you in it." I said, he was like, "Oh man," he was like, "That was so crazy." It was like when we were on Married with Children, and I was like, "Yeah."
The whole band was on there, weren't they?
Yeah, the whole band. And then then he was like, I was like, "So who was trying to have sex with Christina Applegate?" And he was like, Scott was getting shut down like every 5 seconds. Scott was all over it, and she was way too cool for Scott.
She was not having it?
Yeah, she was not having it, is what he said.
Because that was probably, 1990 or something like that?
Oh, man, that was a long time ago. But, yeah, I just looked over, I saw him, I was like, oh, crap, I just saw you on TV the other night on Married with Children at like 2 in the morning.
That was Frank Bello?
Yeah.
Frank Bello,
yeah, he's
right?
tall.
Yeah, he is pretty tall. He's like super tall?
He's taller than me.
Yeah, you're probably, 5'11", 6 foot?
6 foot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 5'11". I can't lie.
You can't.
I know. I can't do the douchey
I feel
thing
a
where
little
I'm
more
like
than 2 inches taller than you.
Yeah,
but maybe not. I'll give
I'm
it to you.
5'11" and a half. I didn't quite break the 6 foot barrier, which sucks. So,
Well, you're a man of honor because most people just round that. Most people get 5'10" and they round it up.
Oh yeah, they're like 5'10" and they say they're 6. It's like, dude, you're not 6 foot.
I'm a good little bit over 6'1", close 6'1.5" or so, and I got a friend who's, I don't know, he's probably this much, probably 3 inches shorter than me with boots on. I'll be like barefooted, he'll be in boots, and he comes up to like my nose, and he's like always saying he's 6 foot. I'm like, all right.
Then I'm 6'6".
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, you should be 6 foot. It's cool. Like,
oh my gosh,
I get it. I get like if you're I get if you're like 5'6", maybe rounding yourself to 5'9", but 5'11's cool, 5'10's cool.
I wish I was 6'2", because that just seems like a powerhouse, lifting,
the perfect height,
and getting big.
Yes.
6'2" not super tall, but it's the perfect height just to gain. It gives you a frame to really stack muscle on your body. Yeah, it really does.
It does. And they make,
it's really good size.
Like if you look at like football and stuff too, like a lot of the premier, like 6'2", 6'3" is like a common 6'1" to 6'3". Those are like the.
Then there's a lot of policemen that are like 6'2", 6'4". I mean, there's a lot of tall cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Atlanta there are. Like I always say, well, like whenever you go like to do background work or but you do a lot of like background work in movies and stuff. They always want cops to be over 6 foot tall, and then like I wasn't 6 foot tall. Yeah, so then like they can, but like security guards. I was a security guard in a couple movies, so like they would always be like.
Is that the one where you couldn't get the briefcase through the turnstile?
That was a different one. I was like coroner's assistant. That's a funny story. But anyway,
we're gonna go through the turnstile in 2.
Yeah, I got. In the middle of a scene, I got a briefcase stuck in a turnstile, and everybody was just like,
"Who's this fucking guy?"
Yeah, the director actually said, and I quote, "Somebody show this moron how to walk through a turnstile with a briefcase." And this little dude ran over with a headset and was like, "Okay, you come around and you lift it up and you go through the thing." And I was, and he goes, "But don't lift it up really fast because you're in the background and nobody's really supposed to know you're here. So just lift it up real easy, walk through, then hit your mark over here." And I'm like, "I got it, man.
Yeah.
I got it, man."
I just screwed up one time. I swear to God, I can do this.
There was like 80 people in the room. It was pretty. I
heard a great story yesterday about from. Let's watch this video. It's Don Johnson's stand-in, and he did the stand-in for all of Don Johnson's movies. So they was talking. You remember that movie, The Marlboro Man or whatever?
Yeah.
What was it? It was something in the
Marlboro Man.
Anyway, that movie. Don Johnson was supposed to be on set, so they're on top of the building, and they're like, Everyone come up we're going to be shooting in 10 minutes. So Don Johnson comes up and they weren't ready. And he's like, "What the fuck? What's going on? This is bullshit. This is like Mickey Mouse." And they're like, just give us like 5 minutes, dude. We'll be cool." He's like, "No, like we need to do something now." He's like, "Fine, I'll wait." So they say he waits like 30 seconds. Zach Wilde just jumped on stage. So to be very reminiscent of what's about to happen. This is awesome.
Hold up.
This is for all the people that are like, "I don't know if Zach will be able to do it."
Whatever. Come on.
They're like, by the way, Zach had played earlier in the day with Black Label Society a full set, and played after this a full set with Ozzy, a 2-hour set. He can do it.
He can do it. Note for note, lick for lick. I believe he can do it, and I think he can put the feeling behind it.
So Don Johnson's up there. Some boobies. So Don Johnson's up there, and he starts berating everybody on the roof. He's like, "This is bullshit. I've never seen such idiots in all my life. Fucking morons. Never work with you guys again." Has a full diva meltdown, right? And the guy says there's a fake elevator, right? So Don Johnson storms off set and gets in the fake elevator, and when he does, one of the techs was like, "Oh, fuck this guy." So he shuts the elevator. So Don Johnson's shut in the elevator, and he's got to be like, and he says he waits like 20 seconds, and he's got to be like, and there's like 100 people on this rooftop, and they finally open the elevator, and he's like, after Don Johnson's called everybody a moron, everybody's saying idiot, he's got to slump out with his head down out of this fake elevator that he just walked in.
Oh my gosh.
It reminded me of
that's funny.
We're about to get this looks like about rant time. Hit that volume. Listen, let the folks hear one of these good Phil rants. Or maybe we'll just get maybe we'll just get a little dime jam. People would rather see that than us
this
talking.
This is Cowboys
anyway.
from Hell.
He couldn't have that rebel flag anymore.
Cowboys from Hell!
Gets a lot of flack about that now, but it was a different time then. Yeah. I can't say, was it? I'm not. Such so good.
I can't wait to go see this.
I cannot wait to go see this again. It's so intense.
Oh, Phil. Dude, I can't believe you were here for that. This is awesome.
Yeah.
That's
9
awesome.
times for it, but
oh my gosh. Man, what were we talking about? Don Johnson.
Yeah, you were telling us. I was saying that Don Johnson, when he got berated for calling everybody a moron, because you were telling your story about being.
Oh yeah, being the moron on set.
Yeah.
But then I got put in the trailer, so and it's on Prime. It's called A Dark Place. So you can like look that up, and when the two guys are talking and you see a shaved-headed dude walk by, that's me in the background.
When did you shave your head? Did you shave your head, or they put you a little thing on?
No, I used to do like the gym shark when I was going to the gym. It's a funny story about that whole thing is I got to this. They called me to the set because I wasn't supposed to be in this movie, but they didn't have some people show up, and like so they called like the people that call me to like give me like background work. It's nothing special. It's just you're blurry in the background. Well, this one actually was like the coroner's assistant, and I was gonna be on camera. They cut it out because I was too big. I was in the middle of working out every day for like 3 years straight.
Yeah.
When I get there and I go into the trailer where the clothes were.
Can corners not be big, or some corners assistant?
Well, I will just tell you this. I get there and they're like, we don't have anything that fits you. We've got to send somebody to the store and buy like a XXL shirt, the color that we need for you to be in.
Why didn't they just tell you what color shirt to wear? That'd have solved all that shit.
I think that, I don't know, you show up on set and you don't wear your own clothes. Like, I guess
they're going to give you clothes.
They give you clothes.
We got clothes that'll fit.
They got clothes. Yeah.
People.
So they run to the store. They get me a shirt that'll fit. I get there. We do that where I get caught in the thing, and then we shoot that. Must have did that walking like 60 times while they did that scene. Then they were shooting the scene outside where the coroner and me and the other guy were looking in the back of this guy's truck, and I was just such an eyesore that the director said, "You can't be in this scene." He said, "You're too big." He's like, "You're too big to be in the scene." He said, "You tower over these two little tiny actors."
Oh, they little bitty guys?
Yeah, there was little bitty dudes, and we were standing behind, not a big pickup truck, but like one of those old Toyota little tiny ones. And he's like, "In frame, you are a monster. You can't be in this scene." I was like, "Damn it!"
Yeah, they're like 130 pounds.
Yeah.
A lot of actors are, especially lead guys,
they're kind of small.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he was just like, "You can't." He's like, "That ain't gonna work."
Same thing with a lot of musicians are real super little. Mm-hmm. The more you're around, when you're around musicians, you're like, "Gosh, why are they all so little?"
Yeah, like the Sully is tiny.
Sully's probably 5'6".
Dude, he's short.
Dio was so little, it was unbelievable. It was unimaginable. Like, he's so good, but
is Maynard little? I think
Maynard's probably 5'9", 5'10".
Maynard's not terribly little.
Dio's was probably 4'11", and he played when he was with Sabbath. I saw him from 6 feet away. And that dude, he had on 4-inch heels, but he's standing between Tony Iommi, who's like 6'2", 220, 6'1", something like that. But Tony's a big dude. And Geezer's like 5'10", 5'11". And Ronnie comes out in
and he's this tall?
A blouse and heels. He just takes over the show, but he looks like he comes up to Tony's like stomach. I was like, up close, it was crazy. It was like, I mean, he's like the size of a 12-year-old girl, but probably my favorite singer of all time. He's amazing, but yeah, he's like literally the size of a junior high girl. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch the rant. I haven't seen a good Phil rant in a while. We talked about it in the last podcast.
Is it coming up?
I can tell you the way he's crossed his arms as many times as I saw him.
Oh yeah, he's like getting agitated. His arms,
he's just like, let Dime finish this badass ripping shit. When here he goes. Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Oh. That sucks.
Now listen here. When we came on this goddamn stage, we said we are the kings of metal, and I do believe that fucking wholeheartedly, because I tell you right now, we are the ones that never let you down. And fucking sold out on you and kissed ass for the goddamn fucking status quo. We're a heavy metal band, man. We're a fucking heavy metal band. And goddamn, we're great. Let's we're awesome. Goddamn. But if we're the fucking kings of metal, no bullshit, then God is about to come on the goddamn stage. Do you hear me? Awesome.
Look at Phil giving a rare hype to somebody.
Yeah. Oh, that was it.
Yeah. The small Phil rant. We should get a good 10 to 12. He's probably calmed down a little since he's not on heroin and he's 53 now. When we go see him, it'll probably be maybe the rants will be
a little calmer.
A little. No, I don't know how calm that dude gets. I think Look, put a little wall of death back there behind us.
I'm gonna put some wall of death back here.
I think
Let's do this one.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's perfect.
There we go.
So
right there.
Yeah, so we were looking before we jumped on the air. We were on TikTok, and a video came up asking for $37 million. Would you have to be locked in a room with an animal for 37 minutes? Your choices are a gorilla, a rhinoceros, a Komodo dragon. What was the fourth one? Do you remember?
That was a
gorilla, cheetah.
The cheetah.
Gorilla, cheetah,
Rhinoceros,
and Komodo dragon. Those are your four choices. Those are your four options. $37 million.
Didn't say how big the room was.
Let's call it
15 by 15?
15 by 15, standard bedroom.
Woo, that's the rhino's out.
Rhino's out.
Rhino's out. You're 37 minutes with a rhino in a room like that? There ain't no way.
No, I agree.
Did he just eat? Did these animals just eat? It doesn't matter with the rhino. All it has to do is get like a whiff of like your stank, and then he's just going to push you into the wall and kill you.
Cheetah?
Really?
What's your option on a cheetah?
No. Cats are crazy.
Cats are crazy, and cheetahs got fangs like this, bro.
Well, cheetahs are just like it would probably lay down and chill like the whole time, but if you just like your stomach rumbled or something, cats are just so weird.
You think
it may look at you and just be like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
You think a cheetah? I don't think a cheetah would lay down at all, bro. I think a cheetah's gonna be like, when you shut that door. I think when you shut the door, the cheetah's gonna be like, it's on and popping. Like,
that's the other thing. Like if you put these wild animals closed off and something like that, it's gonna go nuts.
You're gonna have to have a calming effect on the animal, but how?
Bro.
You shut the door.
Calm, bro. Be calm, bro.
Now, what about a gorilla?
No. I would probably rather go against the rhinoceros than the gorilla, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because a gorilla could just rip your arms off, rip your legs off.
Rape you.
Like, eat you.
It could eat you.
Gorillas are so abnormally strong.
Oh, they're so strong.
But are they naturally aggressive?
I don't know.
Like, people have pet monkeys and other primates and...
Well, they do, but like you were talking about a gorilla. Now, like, I think they could just hurt you by being so strong. They're not really trying to. Like, you know, you see these people fall in these gorilla pits, and the gorilla like just grab them and like hold them, you know, and they're just like holding them, but it's like they just break their arm or something. But
break all your ribs and
if they don't like you, they just like throw you.
But could you? Since gorillas are kind of human-like.
Have you seen gorillas throw other gorillas around?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we're not gorillas.
Hell no.
They threw us up against the wall. You're done.
Gorillas, they say gorillas can deadlift 1,800 pounds.
It's insane.
The strongest man that's ever lived can deadlift 1,100, I think. That's like the all-time world record.
This is the gorilla average.
The gorilla average is 1,800. The average man is probably 200.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, it could probably deadlift 200 pounds. So that makes a gorilla 9 times stronger than the average man. There's nothing you could do with a person 9 times stronger than you. Nothing.
I'm going with the Komodo dragon.
The Komodo dragon's poisonous. It's got venomous bite.
Yeah, if it bites you, you're dead.
But since 1974 to 2012, we read, there have only been 4 humans ever attacked by a Komodo dragon.
Do you really think you could run like in a circle away from a Komodo dragon for 37 minutes?
For $37 million? I mean, here's the deal. Now, here's the second part of the question. I'll make it a 2-tier question. Would you take the deal? Would you take the deal?
Yes, with a Komodo dragon. For $37 million?
But you could die.
I'd roll the dice.
You could die.
I would roll the dice. 37 mil?
I think I would too.
37 mil after you pay taxes on that?
Let's call it a clear.
Let's say a clear 37.
Yeah.
If you make it through that, do you get to train up a little bit? Do I get to run laps or something?
Let's say.
Am I wearing shoes? Am I naked? What's going on here?
Let's say you're fully dressed. Fully dressed. You get 1 month preparation to figure out the animal you're going to be in contact with, and you have to decide between those 4. First of all, which one would you take? You say the Komodo dragon. I also think the Komodo dragon. And the second part of it is, would you actually do it? Would you be willing to die? Because there's a chance you die.
I think I could do it.
But I don't think it's much more of a chance as like, hey, would you fight Mike Tyson for $37 million? Like, he's probably going to kill you.
I probably wouldn't do that.
But he might not kill you.
But I wouldn't do that.
For $37 million?
No, I wouldn't do that. No, you're going to get, no amount of money is like, I've watched those Mike Tyson videos where he knocks people out like crazy. What's going on with this? Where he like knocks people out like crazy.
We grew up watching Mike Tyson. He's a killer. But I'm saying
that is just something that like if he punched you in the head.
But you said you'd go in a room with a Komodo dragon.
Yeah, I think I could like jump up and like jump on the Komodo dragon's back or its head,
or get big,
like in a circle,
make it think you're
like
big.
Just run in a circle around the room, and when it comes near me, just like jump and run. I don't know, but like Mike Tyson, he punches you in the head. Mike Tyson punches you in the head as hard as he can.
Probably not.
Your shit's fucked up the rest of your life. You're not. There's no amount of money. I can't enjoy the money if every day I've got to like be in a wheelchair,
eat through a tube.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun.
But he didn't.
And dude, if I trip and fall down off of the couch, I'm out for a day. Mike Tyson punching me now would just murder me.
I would say for $37 million, I think I would fight any man and get my ass kicked. Like if the chance of death through an ass kicking is pretty low.
But you can't like just get in there and then he punches you one time and you're like, oh, I'm out. Give me my $37 million.
I think you're actually going to be out. I think he's gonna. I think you would. I don't think you're gonna be faking when Tyson hits you with the goes to the body, cracks all your ribs, and ruptures your kidney, and then uppercuts you. You're
gonna need that $37 million for your hospital stay.
And I mean, maybe you slip one in out of fear, but it's not gonna land.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I've seen him dodge some stuff.
Even if he's not, but like a few years older than me, so like he.
Yes, but he's a monster. He's been a monster since he was 15.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm fighting an old man and I'm a young man. Like, I'm 45. He's like 52 or 53.
Dude, I went to the gym yesterday and just did like a full body workout. No, 2 days ago, and just did like a light full body workout. And that night I was so out of it. I like went to bed and I just slept all night long. It was brutal. And like everything, because I haven't been in a while, I've done that.
That's because you're out of it. But let's say but you think there's a greater chance of death from fighting Mike Tyson now than from being locked in a room with a Komodo dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually reasonable.
I think so. I think man. I would rather be locked in a room with a Komodo dragon than Mike Tyson, and he's there to punch me out.
Now, what about Floyd Mayweather? How much would you fight?
No,
Floyd?
none of those guys.
You wouldn't fight a 148-pound guy for $30 million?
Is he?
He's only 148 pounds. He can't.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a Komodo dragon jumper.
I'm totally fighting Floyd Mayweather for $30 million, and no, he doesn't. He's too small to like permanently hurt me. He's gonna fuck me up I'm gonna get hit like 68,000 times. I'm gonna be just blistered from head to toe because he's gonna like make a fool of me. But I don't think he's gonna kill me. And $37 million goes a long way. Like,
oh man, I don't know. Floyd Mayweather,
dude, 148 pounder.
Yeah, but he punches hard.
Not that hard. It's 148 pounds. There's only so. You'd rather get hit by a 148 pounder than a 220 pound trained boxer. That's for damn sure, right? Wouldn't you rather get hit by Floyd Mayweather than even like a lower tier heavyweight? I would. What about Jake Paul? How much for Jake Paul?
I'd fight Jake Paul.
You'd fight Jake Paul? Dude's a bad motherfucker.
He's a beast.
Like,
he's a beast.
They say,
but he's not going to kill me. He's not going to kill me. I'll get a ass beaten, but he's not going to kill me like Mike Tyson. I just think
hurt you worse than Floyd Mayweather would. You said you wouldn't fight.
You think so?
Fuck yeah. I don't like. Hell yeah. His punches are going to be way more. Like,
I know he's a beast, but I'm just saying.
Dude, like he's like 6'2", 215.
Do I get to train a little bit?
Yeah. We'll give you training.
Okay, well then I'm a pretty big dude. I'm 264 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
If I got a little bit and it's not all fat, even though it might look like it on here.
Yeah.
But if you get one of these free dad hugs, you'll feel that it's not all fat.
I'd fight somebody I'd fight anybody else on a podcast. It's not like that's not Joe Rogan or one of the Logan Paul.
I would never fight Joe Rogan. That dude
kick your
roundhouse kick that would just
even though he's
just like kill you.
Even though he's like 5'2", so that would be like advantage me. But like he's certainly a trained fighter.
Oh my gosh, he's scary.
Yeah,
he's scary.
He'd be. So yeah, if you had to make your list of people on other podcasts you wanted to fight, my least desirable podcast fight would be Mike Tyson.
Yep.
And then it's going to be Logan Paul and then Jake Paul. After that, I'm rolling the dice. I'm 50-50. I'm probably going to win after that against podcast host.
Really?
I guess.
Yeah.
I would think. I'm not intimidated by a lot of those 3 podcasts, those 4. Oh, and then Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan.
My God.
I don't know. Is Joe Rogan? Would it be Joe Rogan?
Wait till some dude sees one of these somehow and is like, "I'll fight that motherfucker."
Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Put it on.
How many followers do you have?
Put it on pay-per-view. Like, I mean, it's going to be unless some roided out 280-pound juice head that does a fitness podcast. Like, fuck.
He's like, "You put the thing right here in the thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight this guy."
I need to clarify, so I'm not like on the podcast, trying to act like I'm the greatest fighter in the world. I'm not trying to like pick fights with podcasts, but I'm just trying to a topic of conversation. I would feel super confident against most regular dudes, but I would nobody on a fight podcast contact me. That's a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
No shit.
There's a jiu-jitsu podcast. No,
none of those Logan Paul.
I'm talking
people
about just regular.
Don't either, because I don't really want to fight those dudes.
No,
those
Logan Paul and Jake Paul
awesome.
are
Jake Paul and Logan Paul are badass.
I stand by those are bad motherfuckers.
They're
like
bad.
They may not be Tyson Fury, but like, hey, Tyson Fury's brother was Jake Paul was going to fight him, right? Did you see that?
Nuh-uh.
So Tyson Fury's brother was supposed to fight Jake Paul. He like backed out. I think he was. I don't want to say scared, but I mean like he's like,
maybe he had prior commitments.
I don't think so, man.
No,
and Jake and Logan are down. Like they were smart to be like, hey, like.
Well, Logan Paul came to Ruston, Louisiana, and was the mayor for a day.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
How did he pull that off?
We were the only town that said he could do it in the South, for real. Like I think that was it. It was just like he went to every town.
It was like, I do.
And then our mayor was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I don't think they knew who he was.
Yeah, they didn't.
They just thought he was some personality on the internet.
Didn't he kind of make Ruston look silly?
No, he didn't. I watched the thing. He's just goofing around. And like he did like a whole thing where he got arrested by the police here and all that, which was goofy and funny. I mean, it was cool. It was all right.
I like both Logan and Jake, man. I think that obviously they figured out how to do it.
Right.
They figured out how to turn into other things, and I don't even think they were really fighters. They just like started training. They have the money and time to just train, so they can get pretty good.
Well, dude, kudos to anybody who uses the internet to make money and doesn't have to go to the factory. You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome.
I wish we'd have thought of it when we were like 18.
Well, they didn't have the internet.
Well, okay, let's say 28.
You know what I would have been really good at that I didn't know, because I was way into like technology and new computers and all this kind of stuff, is I would have been really good at like the ones where you open up packages and show people like what like technology and unpackaging stuff.
Oh yeah,
I would have been great at that,
dude. You could after we film the podcast, you can film yourself doing that now. Don't they still have channels for that stuff?
Yeah, but all those people are so into now. They get all the stuff for free. People, because they got so many followers, they got way in on the beginning of that.
You know what you'd be really good at though? Like what you'd be better than probably most everyone. Getting these little gadgets and technological stuff and showing people how to use them.
Yeah.
Hey, this is how you set a mic up. This is how you set a camera up.
Oh yeah, I could do
all
that.
this stuff has to be Googled by somebody.
Yeah.
Think that's
well, I could like totally like with like OBS Studio and all that stuff. It's not a cakewalk to just open up and start using. Like, there's protocols. It's like you got to figure out how to do this and screen stuff and all the cameras and everything. Even though this is all like not even professional, but it gets the job done.
I don't know though. It looks better than a lot of podcasts I see where it's just like
camera one
sitting in a room with a fern.
Camera 2, camera 3, camera 1.
Yeah, but you could showing people how to use that, because somebody buys that stuff and they don't know how to use it.
Yeah,
that would be a.
There's a lot of that though already on the internet.
Doesn't matter. There's a lot of podcasts. Here we are doing a podcast.
Well, we have fun doing this. I don't care who watches.
Yeah, you would have fun doing that though, huh? Because you kind of geek out on that stuff.
I guess if I had time.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I really would like to? I would the other channel that I would do would be painting miniatures like from these games and stuff, because I paint all those little miniatures, and it's like I have like an Instagram.
Dude, you should do TikToks with that, and you could do like.
I have a couple
live action as they come to life, like how they start and you make it like a 30-second clip from.
Oh yeah, and it speeds it up.
You see how people do that? They do those videos where they like, man, they do anything. They'll like shave a bar of soap down and just put a cool sound bite and just be shaving soap. And it'll have 2.4 million views.
What? Yeah, that's awesome.
You never see? Have you ever had nothing like that pop up on your?
I've never seen anything like that.
So it'd be like it's just these soothing things, like a bar of soap with a knife, and you're scraping the bar of soap, and be like, and they'll take a viral sound. You take a viral song, and they'll put it to and he'll scrape down a whole bar of soap on camera and get millions of views.
He doesn't make anything with the soap.
No, he's just cutting it. It's people for some reason, and I've done it. I'm like, what am I watching? And I'll sit there for 20, 40 seconds, and I'll just watch this whole bar of soap get shaved down and be like, huh.
So it's just like satisfying.
It's just sad. It's oddly satisfying.
You know what's the other thing that are oddly satisfying is like watching these machines make stuff, like lathes and stuff like that.
Same principle.
And it's just like, wow. It's like you watch something do something that fast. Are those regular gummies? Let me get one of those.
Regular gummies? I sometimes have both kinds.
I was like, make sure that they're, just regular.
Those are just regular.
Store bought.
I'm just going to give you a sugar high. Yeah, but the machine videos are super cool. Have you ever gotten a YouTube wormhole? I'm sure, everybody gets in a YouTube wormhole. But has it ever brought you to where the villagers are building like these cities in like India and these African villages out of like sticks and trees and stuff? And it just takes from like them digging the dirt out, making their foundation. I watched like an hour and a half video one time of somebody building a mud hut.
Oh yeah,
because they made this whole
crazy
thing. They made this whole structure out of like mud and sticks and leaves. This whole livable structure probably took them 6 months, but it's condensed into an hour and a half video. I'll sit there and watch the whole thing like some kind of nerd from hell.
Like what to live in?
Yeah, these are like African villagers.
But like what? How do like the technology? Who's there doing that?
The
Who's
villagers
filming it?
Oh well, I don't say a regular person, a civilized. Somebody from a first world country is filming it, has shown up on site with like, and they're like, "Oh, what are y'all doing?" I guess, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know, however you say whatever they're doing."
I have this camera. Why don't you guys get to building this mud hut?
Yeah, I didn't mean to say regular people. We're gonna have to like edit that out. That's fucking.
You dick.
But yeah, so no, people that do documentaries and stuff, that's who's filming it.
Right.
The people and the villagers are making the structure, but it's super satisfying. I don't know why. And I have no interest in building a mud hut. I'm not going to go do it, but I'm like, man, this is captivating.
I wouldn't build a mud hut here if I had to live in the woods.
No.
It wouldn't be a mud hut. I'll tell you that.
Can you imagine having to live outside in Louisiana or Texas? It's like 150 degrees. It's really 103 straight up.
It had to be cooler or not. There was no way it was this hot back in like the days of like the Wild West. There was no way it was this hot.
Well, of course not. That's why
they wore like all kinds of clothes and shit.
I mean, global warming's real. It may not be it may not be that we're gonna all die in 12 years, but it's certainly real.
No, look, like, do you see these things? Was it today? It was 98 degrees, and the humidity was so crazy. You just step outside, you get wet, you get hot.
Back sweat.
Was it like that when they were like running around on horses? They had shirts, jackets, belts, gun belt, pants. Then you had what are those things called? The like chaps kind of thing that you wear when you're riding a horse. You got all this on. It's 98 degrees and nobody's passing out every 10 seconds. Like it's impossible. There's no way it was this hot.
Evolutionary biology. If you're around, if you're in certain conditions, you get immune to those. Like my mom does not wear shoes in the summer or spring, and really hasn't since she was a child. She can.
What?
She wears, like, if she goes out in public, she wears shoes, but like around the house, and she lives on a farm, like no shoes at all. And she can straight up walk through glass, walk on gravel. She can walk on a gravel. She'll walk down her gravel driveway to the mailbox in 101 degree summer heat, beating down on asphalt, barefoot, because her body has adapted to that. She walks all over the farm, like through stickers, through rocks. Barefoot.
So I'm guessing like if you never knew what air conditioning was,
which no one knew what it was
in the cowboy days.
It was hot in the cabin, so you
adjusted.
You adapt to your environment.
You're
sure.
used to it. Now I guess like since we all like I keep it at I don't know like I keep it like 68 degrees in the house all day.
Yeah,
which is probably a little colder than most people.
Well, no one's going to look back and no one's going to certainly history's not going to I don't think ever look at like people born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and in any kind of way assume we had it hard, right? Like we had we had it hard from like, oh, we inherited late stage capitalism, we got a bullshit broken system, like we got it hard that way, but everything else we're a bunch of soft bitches. Like we've been coddled. If you're born in the 50s, 60s, or 70s or 80s. As far as that kind of stuff's concerned, like adapting to an environment, we've had no adapting to have to do.
No, as far as being like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like just comfortable. Like even if you don't have air conditioning and you have fans, they didn't have fans back then.
I'd say 97% of the people born 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s in America don't even know what it feels like to be actually hungry.
Does that mean our evolution is slowed down? Does that mean because like things evolve or you like you said adapt to? So does that mean that we've slowed down?
Well, let me
our
tell you,
evolution has slowed down.
Let me give you this cool stat that I think it's cool. A 67-year-old man in the year 2000 had the same testosterone levels as a 21-year-old male in 2022. It's a fact. Look it up.
Really?
Facts. In the year 2000, that's only 22 years ago, a 67-year-old man was as laden with testosterone as a 21-year-old male presently.
It's not. I bet it's not like that now.
That's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
I'm saying they've lost testosterone. A 21-year-old should have 12 times the testosterone of a 67-year-old.
Oh, I thought you were saying like a 67-year-old was like a beast.
He was in 2000.
Yeah.
In the year 2000, a 67-year-old man had more testosterone than a current 21-year-old male.
That's crazy.
You following me now?
Yes.
Yes. So like a 21-year-old male.
I don't know. Let me have another beer. I'll figure it out.
A 21-year-old male in the year 2000 still had 10 to 12 times as much testosterone as that. So we were about 21-year-old males, right? Yeah, I was 23 at the time.
I was 21.
You were 21. Okay, you had 10 times the testosterone of a 67-year-old male, right? But a current 21-year-old male, for whatever reason, which I think we know the reasons, right? I think it's the shit in our food.
I think
it's the preservatives. I think it's a lack of sunlight.
Whatever that shit they're spraying in the air all the time.
People not going outside. Dopamine levels being falsely elevated through screen times and drug use. That just, I think, is what it is. Like, I mean, there are people doing more of those things that less outside.
You can just pull your phone up and look at asses all day long.
Instant gratification
of that.
Of everything.
I think if you remember when you used to chase
dopamine levels are just.
You used to have to chase ass to see ass. Now you just like Google it.
Yeah, or you had
so
to,
like
or you
that. That has to.
Or you had to find a way to get a nudie magazine when you weren't old enough to buy. Like
that has to. Part of the chase has to be affecting something like that. Like. The part of the chase of
it's just wild to think. Just thinking about you, just only 22 years ago, 60, 65-year-old men being as full of testosterone as 21 years. So imagine how much testosterone they had in 1880.
Oh, geez.
You know what I mean? So a man in 1880 would look at the way they were built. Even in like if you look at like the 70s, 80s, or 90s, look at how people were naturally built versus now. Look at how people are naturally built. Just wait, you'll see more. Broad shoulders, muscular.
Yeah.
But you could just pull up a picture from random picture from 1988. I bet you don't find a bunch of obese people.
Everybody was starving.
1988. They weren't starving. What are you talking about, dude?
I thought it was in 1888.
I feel like I'm talking to my wife. Yeah, you're on a different topic.
I hope she watches this.
I hope she does too. She's the queen of doing that.
1988?
Yeah, picture from 1988. Yeah.
People?
Yeah, people. There you go. Let's look at random people.
Let's look at people from 1988.
I bet you they're just not obese. There's just not a ton of obese people.
Okay, let's see.
We can find a beach. Oh, find a beach shot. That'd be good.
Beach. 1988 people on
beach.
Well, usually If you're larger, you don't go to the beach. Okay.
You just wear a T-shirt.
Here's 1988 in Queensland.
Look at those dudes.
Yeah,
look at all these. Look at all these guys. And I
Look,
remember
these
everyone
people-
looking like that.
Yeah.
Everyone. Look at the back muscles on this cat.
Look at this guy. Look at this back. Okay, I need to move it over so people can see it. Right there, that guy.
Yeah, these aren't like, oh, let me pose for photos.
They're just getting their pictures. Some pervo
Look at the guy.
is taking
Look over
that
here.
picture.
Third picture.
Right here.
Boom.
This one right here. The people, just normal people walking on the beach. Just a normal mom. She's not fat.
They're just all right. They're just all lean. You could tell the dudes are full of testosterone.
Yep.
Look right. Look at the guy. Look how lean.
This guy's lean.
Now if you go 1998, you'll see him get. I bet they get progressively larger. And look, guys, we're just spitballing. We have not.
Yeah.
We have not.
I'm not fat.
None of this
anybody.
has been like pre-studied. And then we'll do 2022 after 1998. Now look, they got a little bigger. Look at the guy down here.
Where?
Second row to the
Second row. Right here. Boom.
This is a short 10 years later, random pictures, but most of the people still look pretty good. But look at, you see pink shorts. You're starting to see some little belly.
Starting to see a little belly. Starting to see the fast foods coming through. Yep.
They're not as
aesthetic in the
not as
stomach
aesthetic.
right here.
Or just all the way, just the chest, arms. They're just not as masculine.
Little bit more spongy.
But they're still pretty masculine.
Right, they're still masculine. All right, let's do 2008. No, what'd you?
2000. Do 2018.
2018.
And maybe we'll be completely wrong here by getting a bunch of hot people
I hope
on the
we're
beach.
wrong. Let's see. Well, like I said, there's not going to be a lot of. Well, I don't know. I've been in.
I'm just looking for there's like a group photo down there, like a standard dad and mom.
Well, let's look at this right here.
There you go. I mean, look. I mean, that's just.
That's bigger.
It's all bigger. And then.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't want to cherry pick our.
Yeah, I don't even want to
point.
cherry pick either. Yeah, because there's some good looking cats, but
it goes back to what I've said. I mean, you could. There's like a lot of obese people don't really go to the beach. They feel self-conscious, which is they should.
Now do this. Average. Put the average male body weight 1988. I'm interested in this. I thought that was fascinating just to find out that an almost 70-year-old man 22 years ago was.
It's pretty crazy. Okay, so we have a.
There's
this
a
right
chart.
here?
That's what I want to see.
Some charts.
I like charts. I need the years.
We need years. We don't need the. Let's go. Let's see.
Do average body weights, average male body weight by year.
This might be interesting with the.
Is USA the fattest?
Yes. Yes, it is the fattest.
We're the fattest country.
We're the fattest right here.
We're number one. We're number one.
We're number one, y'all. Number one. Oh man, let's see. Well, you know that if you go to Italy and you eat pizza in Italy, the bread there is different.
It's not full of gluten.
It's not full of gluten. I watched this study of
what is gluten? Is gluten real?
I think it is.
People just got gluten allergies like fucking 8 years ago.
I'll tell you why, and I think I know why. Now, if I'm wrong, don't murder me about this. But like the thing is, like, when we grow wheat here, it's genetically processed to grow closer together and it's grown differently here than say in Italy. So like when you take wheat and you make bread and you make pizza with that wheat, it's not as fattening because
the wheat's spread out when you.
It's spread. There's something about the wheat here that they do to it
bunched up
to make mass produce it so much in such a little area that it does something to it. I just saw that on some kind of.
What is gluten actually?
Okay, what is gluten?
Why did no one have a gluten allergy previous to like 2005, and then everyone got a gluten allergy? Every woman you meet has a gluten allergy.
Okay, so we just do what? Do they?
I don't know. Don't you hear a lot about it?
Every time you pull something up, it's like it says gluten free or it has gluten or whatever. Cereal grains, especially wheat, that is responsible for the elastic texture of dough, a mixture of two proteins. It causes illness in people with celiac disease.
Yeah, but I believe celiac disease is not that common. But now everyone says they have a gluten allergy.
Well, I think maybe gluten just makes you feel bad.
Yeah,
I think it's hard for your stomach to process.
Well, I certainly feel better when if I do no carb for sure.
Oh, faux show.
The best I ever felt was just doing meat and fruit. Have you ever done that diet?
No.
Man, just eating meat. Well, you're doing
I'm vegan. I'm doing vegan.
Are you vegan for life now?
No. I'm just vegan for now. Like, I'm vegan for now and maybe for life because my stomach feels so much better.
Don't you feel so much? I mean, didn't the bloating's gone?
Oh, it's amazing. I've lost 16 pounds now. Yeah.
It's awesome. In like a month?
In over a month, like a month and a half.
Every 6
and I
weeks
haven't even done any exercise or anything. I went to the gym the other day for the first time.
Yesterday or today, right?
Yeah.
It was yesterday?
When?
When you went to the gym?
2 days ago.
You said you're sore. Is the soreness left you yet?
The funniest thing is no. Like, my whole upper body is sore. The worst thing was yesterday I was like crying because I did all these tricep. I did push pulls. Yeah. Everything I did was push pulls at the gym. So like push pull, push pull, every opposites of everything. But the thing that got me the most was one of the things I love to do the most, and that was my triceps. And my triceps hurt so bad yesterday that I was just like lay there. It was like they hurt.
But they're fine now.
Well, they still kind of hurt. Like I couldn't even move my arm like this.
How much strength had you lost?
A lot. I had 40 starting out. 245s, dumbbells on my back, pushing up.
Doing like bench, decline, incline?
Yeah, no, just straight flat
bench, dumbbell press. Started with 45s?
Started with 45s, did 20, set them down, took a 2 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute rest, got back up, grabbed them, and then my body was like, I did like 12 of them, and my body was like, you're not doing this. I sent them back down.
Did you get less weight and finish your reps?
I did it one more time, and I got about 6, and then I grabbed some. Then I went down the scale. I went just down and did it. Yeah. And then that just like completely just like ruined me right here, which I like. I like all this. I like the pain. About it. Because but I'm not as strong as I was. Ain't no way I was as strong. I was super strong.
Yeah.
Before COVID.
You and I worked out together like what 2 years ago probably.
Before COVID.
You were pretty strong then.
Right before COVID.
Yeah, you were still strong then.
Yeah. I couldn't keep up with you though because you were doing power. I was doing bodybuilding stuff, and you were
close. I mean, it was close.
I was close,
like one rep here, but you were still strong.
Yeah,
you were still definitely strong.
I powered through it.
Yeah. You're probably not after 2 years. You've had to have lost a good bit of that strength.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
The good news is you have muscle memory though.
It'll pop back.
Yeah,
it'll pop right back
as long as you keep going, which is your plan, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
How's your bike? You been jumping on your bike any year?
I rode it from the U-Haul. I took a U-Haul back and rode it back from the U-Haul place. That's about all I've done with it. But I set it up on I've got like a home thing. I'm gonna get the VR.
$80,000 bike.
It's like a what?
Yeah, $80,000. It's like $2,000, right?
It's like a $2,000 bike.
You better ride that sucker.
I better ride it. It's all carbon fiber Trek bike. Yeah, it's nice.
It's super nice.
I've got the home trainer. I'm gonna put my VR headset on, and I'm gonna like VR through like the Alps mountains or something on it. You know what I mean?
You can wait. How are you gonna put your? It's not a stationary bike.
No, I've got a stationary thing I hook it up to.
What do you mean?
A home trainer. I've got a home trainer that you hook that bike up to.
Oh, and you just.
Yeah,
it won't go anywhere.
It's not going to go anywhere because it's got like this thing on the back that your tire goes against and you like get on it and do it like it's a home trainer, like it's a stationary bike.
I'm so out of the loop with technology. That's amazing.
And now they have.
How long has that existed?
For a long time,
like 20 years.
Yeah.
God.
And the cool thing now though is like you take the Quest. And you sign up for like one of those things, and if you're like, I've got the little computer on there that has the Bluetooth. You can Bluetooth into the Quest with your computer, and if you don't, you just like take something and put one of the Quest controllers to your leg. So like when you're pedaling, it knows how fast your leg is moving. So like you could be doing like Tour de France or whatever with the VR on, and you're like looking around, and you're on your bike.
We get up from here. You're gonna have to hook that up, and I'm gonna ride.
Well, I don't know. You're not very good at VR.
No, but I can't run it. Well, I ran into your wall.
You ran into the wall the last time you ran.
But that was my first time. I was a virgin. I was a VR virgin. But
Dude, the VR thing's incredible. Like when you first put that VR on, you're in another world, man. It's so awesome.
It's unbelievable, especially for somebody like me. The only technology I really deal with is like my iPhone. Like I've never been a big computer guy. I didn't even know how to turn on a computer. I didn't even send an email to my first job. Like just until I got my first job, I did. When they told me to they were like, "Hey, send an email at the end of the day," and I was like, how do I do that?
How do I do that?
And
what's an email?
They were like, I mean, it was 1999, so it was a reasonable question in 1999.
Come on, man. 99, really? A reasonable year for email?
I had never seen.
I've had the same email since 1998 that is my name at yahoo.com.
Okay, so I'm 1 year behind you. When was everyone emailing?
No, but I was already on the computer. Like, we had well, here's the other thing.
But when was everyone emailing? 1997?
96? No, email actually has existed since like the 70s.
I know, but when was everyone like emailing?
97, since AOL. Since they started like machine gunning you AOL discs in the mail.
So 97. If it's 99, I didn't know how to do it. That's reasonable. I'm not a computer guy.
Okay, it's reasonable. It's reasonable.
That's not like I was. It wasn't like it was 2012.
Well, you didn't miss anything because I would sit there and like wait for Maynard and Tori Amos video to download for like an hour just to see like 10 seconds of like Muhammad.
What year did you start Did you know how to text?
Texting on my phone?
Yeah.
Whenever it first started,
I was like
whenever the first time you could do it, I did it. I've always had the new shit.
I was like 2010.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
My first text was probably 2010.
That's ridiculous. Why?
I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand it.
Oh, well, I always had like before 2010.
I'm not a computer guy.
In 2007, I had two phones because the you could only get the iPhone. I still have my first iPhone, by the way, from 2007 in a box.
Wait, would the iPhones come out? Whenever I got
but you could text before that.
Way before that.
Like with the flip phone, it was just tedious, and you were just like.
I did it sometime with the flip. It might have been 2000. I just remember people talking about texting, and I was like, well, that's crazy. Why would I ever need to do that? And now
all they want to do is text. Nobody wants to talk on the phone.
I don't want to talk on the phone. Don't call me unless it's really important and like. Even if it's really important, it can be text.
Just text me
because I can have 3 or 4. My wife hates that.
I try to tell all these guys
just text me.
The people that I work with, I'm just like, just text me whenever you get somewhere and let me know you're there. But some people just refuse to do that, and they want to call me on the phone, which is a huge just problem.
Because you got other
text
things.
me.
You got other things. I could be.
There's other things I'm doing. I can't pick up the phone and be like blah 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 while I'm working. So like if they just say, "Hey, I'm here at the thing," I just look over and I'm like, "Okay, they're there. That's great." But if they want to call me, I'm like, "God," and I hit the thing. I'm like, "Hello, I just wanted to tell you I got here," and I'm like, "Great."
Yeah, my wife does that. I kind of try to tell.
Thank you.
She'll call me and be like, she just calls me and says stuff like, "Hey, would you eat Mexican chicken casserole if I made it tonight?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll eat that." Okay, well, I was thinking about either that or maybe pork chops. I'm like, either one's cool with me. Whatever you want to do. And then I'll just kind of sit there,
careful,
like quiet. And then she'll sit there quiet, and I'm like, okay. I guess maybe I'm just bad at it because there's no. I don't.
No, I think like texting gets to the point, and some people
that's why I love it.
Some people just like the bullshit.
Yeah, like my wife talks till 2 a.m. every day to friends. Like she's a.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine.
She gets out of the car from work, like on the phone, and I like when I go to bed, I'm like, "Hey, I love you." She's still on the phone, and then she'll be on the phone all night. She'll be working, like sanding away furniture because she does all this furniture and painting and stuff.
That makes me like I.
And she just be on the phone, like and talking. And look, hey, here's what's even crazier, dude. It's to the same people. She's talking to like the same 3 chicks. You know, like.
Oh my god!
And I'll call people. I mean, I'll call you. I'll call a couple people. But even then, it's like 42-second conversations.
Dude, we have just quick conversations. If it can't be done with text, like this is too much to type. This is what we're talking about. Done.
I bet me and my dad have never had a phone conversation go over 2 minutes and 12 seconds. That most of them are about. It's just perfect. Which is perfect. Like you don't even skip all the bullshit or like after we talked about so me and my wife, like after we talked about the casserole, what are we supposed to talk about now? Like there's nothing else you needed, right? Am I a dick for that?
No, because my job is me on the phone and computer all day.
Yeah.
From like 5:45 a.m. to maybe sometime like late at night.
Right.
So my phone rings constantly. And I tell these, I want them to text me certain things, but I'm constantly answering the phone. So like when the phone rings now, every time the phone rings, even if it's like a friend or somebody, I just look at it like, God, why does this exist?
Yeah. Why is this a thing? Why is ringing a thing?
This thing exists.
And it's funny.
And I hate it.
For somebody that was, because I remember my wife was texting first, and I was like, why would I ever need to text? That's crazy. Because you had to do the
B space the E
So it
B
wasn't-
space B back later. Just took forever.
It wasn't efficient then, but now I feel like it's so efficient that I could be texting you. My wife could text me about the casserole. I could ping off of you, go to her, be like, "Yep, casserole sounds great." Boom. Another friend can text me something else. Work can text me. Boom. I can respond to all that, and I could like be responding to that, and like be watching TikTok. You can do like all these things.
Great point. So bring up TikTok. So go to our TikTok.
Yeah,
right?
go to our TikTok. Yeah,
Go to our
check it out.
TikTok.
It's No Nothings 2022, or is it No Nothings Podcast? No Nothings Podcast.
I think it's No Nothings Podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name of our stuff is.
So
Who cares?
YouTube is No Nothings 2022, and on TikTok it's No Nothings
It's
Podcast.
No Nothings Podcast.
Y'all need to follow us. So we're trying to post at least, Mike. They say the formula is 7 TikToks a day for 6 months. Get you followers.
We'll do that. We'll do 7 TikToks a day.
We're on day 1. We're on day 1.
Are we on? No, maybe I did some yesterday.
Well, you did some yesterday. We're on day
I
2.
think we're on day
It's been
2.
6 months consecutive.
But
180.
we have plenty for you to go back and look at all like the little snippets.
Yeah, that's a lot. 180 days times 7, so that'd be what? 1,260. That's a minimum of 1,260 videos.
Yeah. And we've had some like 15,000 views.
Had some big views.
So
Yep.
those are some big views. So go check it out. We'll check you out next time. We'll do another one of these next week.
Sounds great.
All right, man.